Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm picking my June TBR today, and I honestly don't do this often anymore because I am so bad at actually reading the TBR for the month that I picked. I don't know why. I would pick it and then it's just like staring at me all month and I'm off reading everything else because I love to mood read. And this month I just am in the mood to pick one because I feel like I need some guidance. I spent 3 weeks on one book in May, and it's not because I was in a reading slump, it's not because I wasn't enjoying it. I actually love the book, rated it 5 stars. It's My Friends by Frederick Backman. It's just that I was so busy and all over the place, but every time I did pick it up for the span of 3 weeks, I was absolutely enjoying it. So I don't know, I just feel like I need some guidance this month. I need to be put in the right direction. But yeah, that's why I'm picking a TBR for June. So this stack right here, the tallest, is this the tallest one? Well, that one's kind of tall too, but this one over here is my physical TBR. All these books are unread, and I'm gonna try to mix them up and turn them around when I'm choosing, just to try to make it as blind as possible without wrapping them and stuff like that. I don't have any wrapping paper. Also too lazy to do that, so I'm just gonna mix them up a little bit and turn them around, and then we'll use the number generator to choose the books. I don't know why every time I explain something I feel like it doesn't make sense. That makes perfect sense. It's not gonna be that blind, but we're using the number generator, so it's still gonna be out of my control and it's still gonna be random, so that's good enough. So I'm just using this picker wheel from pickerwheel.com, and I have 20 books on my TBR. So 1 for minimum, 28 max. I find the little celebrations so funny. Anyway, 23. Okay, so the first pick is The Neighbor. If that falls, I'm sorry. The first pick is The Neighbor Favorite by Christina Forrest. I actually started reading this book last year fall, and I don't know why I thought this was such a fall book, but it actually starts out in the summer. Like, I'm pretty sure the first scene, I still have my bookmark in there, I got to page 30, stopped on a random page. The first scene, she's literally on the train and she's talking about how hot it is. Oh yeah, she's on the New York City subway train without AC during rush hour on one of the hottest days of the year. So I think this would actually be great for now because summer's coming around. It already feels like summer here. So this is a good one. I don't know why I thought this book was so great for fall. This is our first pick, and I am glad to get back to this because I feel like so many people were like, why would you DNF that? It's so good. And I don't know what was going on with me. I just wasn't feeling it at the time. So happy to get back to it. Glad this one got picked. So I changed it from 1 to 27. Eight is the next one. I'm gonna mute that. I don't know why it's annoying me. One moment. We'll get there. Yeah. One Golden Summer by Carly Fortune. Honestly, excited about this. I mean, summer does start in June, so this is perfect. I'll read it at the end of June, but I made a deal with myself that I wasn't gonna start my summer reads too early because I get tired of them. It comes to a point where we start reading summer books basically in April because that's when Emily Henry drops, that's when Abby Jimenez drops, which her book isn't exactly summery, but the cover, it feels like a summer vibe. Anyway, I start reading summer books so early, and then by like the middle of July, I'm tired of them, but August is still very much summer, still very much hot, and I feel like I should still be reading them, but I'm so tired of them. So I said I wasn't going to start my summer reads until it was actually summer, so the 20th of June, I'll read this one. I'm really excited for it though. I don't know why I have so much hope for this one because I don't love this author's other books, but for some reason I just feel like I'm going to like this one. Every Summer After is it's the book that I rated the highest by this author, and this book, the main character was the brother from that book. So I don't know, I just feel like this could be a good one, and I've heard great things. Fingers crossed. 5, the 5th book. Oh God, no. Do I want to read fantasy in the summer? I don't know, honestly. I think the type of fantasy books that I want to read in the summer is anything like Heartless Hunter and Rebel Witch. I don't know why. I feel like that's something that I would really enjoy in the summer, but I already read those. Love it so much. This gigantic book, I don't know. But it's about time that I continue this series and finally be in the know. I feel left out when people talk about this. I have no idea. Like, even though I read the first one, still kind of lost, still forgot everything. I'm gonna like either reread that one before I read this one, or just watch like a recap video on YouTube or something. My laptop is overheating right now. Every time I'm on a website like this, my laptop overheats, and that's why the fan is really loud. So if you can hear that, I'm sorry. 1 to 25. I don't even know if you can see this well or if there's a glare. 20. Oh my God. This is the 20th book. Couple things. I'm literally filming a reading vlog right now that's new releases, and I was planning to read this one anyway. So this is perfect. This is so perfect. This came out in spring. I don't know if it's great for spring, great for summer. I don't know. I read Ready or Not by this author, and I really liked it. And I really feel like I would like this one too. I remember when I first saw this, I thought that they were on a cruise ship, and I thought this would be a great summer read. They're literally by like Hudson River Park in New York, or Battery City Park. One of those, because you could see the the Statue of Liberty, but I missed that the first time. Anyway, excited for this one. Okay, so it turned out my battery was actually dying, so I had to plug it in. Anyway, let's spin again. 1 to 24. 19. I kind of hate when they're all the way down here, just because they're harder to get to. Oh, 19 is a book that I bought recently in my birthday book shopping video. It Happened One Fight. I'm so intrigued by this because I've never read anything like it. It's like based in old Hollywood times. It's like, I need to find the exact year. 1932. Very, very old Hollywood, which is so, I'm intrigued by this. I've just never read anything like it. I don't even know if it's gonna be a romance or not, but sounds fun. Emily Henry has a little quote on here, my perfect read. I think I'm gonna do 8 of them. So 1 to 23, let's go. Is it 19 again? Oh, 18 this time. This really is not wise. Honestly, it's fine for when I'm just keeping them here, but to do something like this, not wise. Anyway, Mad Honey is the next pick. I have had this on my TBR for over a year. I think it's about time I read it. Is this good for spring? I feel like it's good for spring. So this one I should get to soon because spring is almost over. All I know, it's about bees. And then I think there's a mystery. I think does someone die? I actually don't know. We'll go through all of them in a second. 13. Whose lucky number is that? Oh, Taylor Swift's. I knew it was someone's. Also, I'm rereading Keeping 13. That's why I'm like, it's someone's lucky number. Taylor Swift and Johnny Camp now. So this one, not very good for the climate, but it's Frederick Backman, so I think I'm gonna enjoy it either way. This is the second book in the Beartown series, Us Against You. I've been meaning to read this. They took it off of Kindle Unlimited and then they put it back on. So I'll probably read this one on my Kindle. I already had the physical copy before they put it back on Kindle. But either way, I bought Beartown after I read it on Kindle because I really wanted to own it and I really wanted to annotate it. I had so many annotations for Beartown. So I'm glad that I have the physical copy, and even though it's not winter, I think I'm gonna enjoy this one anyway. Okay, so the last one, 8. The 8th book, number 8. Perfect. Oh, this is another book that's been on my TBR forever. Like over a year. Loved and Missed by Susie Boyd. So that's the final book that I chose. Okay, so these are the books that I chose for my June TBR. Let's go through them. So The Neighbor Favor, I just know that this is a book about a girl. I think they're both authors, but I know this girl, she loves this fantasy series and she writes a letter to the author. They keep going back and forth through letters, but then it turns out he ends up being her neighbor. And that's why The Neighbor Favor, and they're like on the same balcony. So yeah, they're gonna find out that eventually, I think, and then they'll fall in love. Surely, that's what romance books are about. But other than that, I don't really know much, and I hope what I just said is accurate. I think that's the basis of it. I don't really love to just read the blurb because I feel like they give away too much sometimes. Like, why is it this long? I don't need to know all of that. Let me learn it in the book. One Golden Summer by Carly Fortune. I think this is about Alice who takes a picture of, what's his name? Charlie. I love that her name is Alice. Like Alice from Great Big Beautiful Life. Lots of Alices this year. But Alice takes a photo of Berry Bay. Is that what the place is called? Barry's Bay. Yes, she takes the photo and Charlie ends up being in the photo, and I think she's gonna try to like find him or something of that sort. I just know that there's a photo involved and it's a really beautiful photo and he's accidentally in the photo. And I think that that's really interesting because the photo being a huge part of this plot, and then I just read My Friends where the painting was a huge part of the plot. Love that. We love art. A Court of Mist and Fury. This is a long one. This is one that's a part of the series, the second book to A Court of Thorns and Roses. A Court of Roses and Thorns? A Court of Thorns and Roses. Yeah, it's been a long time since I read that book. That was actually like my first video ever on this channel, and it's gone now. It's not gone. I didn't private. I think I made it unlisted, so you would have to have a link to it to view it because it's just, those videos are bad. No one wants to see them. And truly, I need to either reread that or catch up in some other way. Watch a spoiler video on it or something, like a summary, because I don't remember anything. But I do remember enjoying that one, and this is one of those things where I kind of just have FOMO. I just want to know what the hype is. So maybe I'll finally get to it. Although fantasy in the summer isn't on my, it's just not on the top of my radar, but we'll see. Promise Me Sunshine by Cara Bastone. This one, I feel like I definitely am getting to it, like ASAP. I don't really know what this one is about. Set in New York, explores grief. That's all I know. And I love Cara Bastone's writing in Ready or Not. I feel like it was a little bit unserious, but in Ready or Not, she was having a baby. It was the whole accidental pregnancy trope. Not a spoiler, that's literally the premise of the story. And so, like, it's a serious topic at hand, but she wrote it in such a fun way, if that makes any sense. I don't think she's gonna write grief in a fun way, but I think she's going to write it in a way that's like, it ends in a positive manner. Like, say You'll Remember Me, for example, even though happy ending, whatever, it all worked out at the end, it's just, it felt like it was going downhill and downhill and downhill and just downhill the entire time. And I think Cara Bastone has a way of making it feel more lighthearted and more like a romance. Not that Say You'll Remember Me didn't feel like a romance, it was just a really sad book. I don't think I'm gonna be that sad for this one. I hope not anyway. It Happened One Fight. I was literally just reading this and it's so funny. The only thing worse than starring opposite Dash Howard is accidentally being married to him. How do you accidentally marry someone? I'm confused. Her debut sweeps us into the golden era of Hollywood, and that is the part that I'm most interested in. I feel like that could be really fun. And I am now intrigued by how you accidentally marry someone, so excited for this one too. Mad Honey, bees. I know it's about bees. This one, I'm reading the back of it because I swore someone was dead, and I'm right. Olivia receives a phone call. Lily is dead, and Asher is being questioned by the police. Olivia is adamant that her son is innocent. Okay. But she would be lying if she didn't acknowledge the flashes of his father's temper in Ash. And as this case against him unfolds, she realizes he's hidden more than he's shared with her. I have just seen a lot of people say that there's a lot of talk about bees in this, which I'm interested to see how that connects. It's about time I read that one though. I've also heard great things about this author in general. Actually, now I don't know which one it is because there are two authors. I think I've heard more about Jodie than Jennifer, I think. Us Against You, Frederick Backman, exciting. The only thing about this is I'm so curious where it's gonna go. Beartown is the type of story that just felt so complete. It felt finished, so I'm intrigued to see where this one goes. What are we even gonna be talking about? What are we gonna be discussing? And I kind of have a feeling, I think, I read Beartown quite a while ago. I think we're gonna be talking more about Benji. Is that his name? It begins with a B. Yeah, Benji. I see his name in there. I have a feeling that Benji's gonna be involved in this one a lot. I loved him in the first one. I thought he was a great character, so hopefully I'm right about that. I'm excited to see where it goes. And then there's a third one. See where that one goes too. I did see someone say that you don't really have to remember much about Bear. Like, you can read them very spaced out, and if you don't remember all of the details from Beartown, like, you'll be okay. And so that makes me think that even though it's a continuation of like the town, it probably focuses on other people. And the final book, Loved and Missed, as I said, this was the oldest book out of these books anyway. This is like the oldest book on my TBR, and I have no idea what made me intrigued to pick this up. I'm not gonna read the back of the book. I'm gonna go into it blind and see if my old self had good taste. It's kind of a short one. I do know it's about a mother and daughter. That's what the cover is about. Why is this cover kind of terrifying? I'm just gonna read the last sentence. Loved and Missed is a whip-smart, incisive, and mordantly witty novel about love's gains and missteps. I love that. I hope that I get through this TBR this month, and I'm glad that I have at least some guidance, even if I don't get through all of them. Hopefully, when I'm like, I don't know what to read, I don't know what I should read next, I can actually look at this and be like, yeah, let me just choose something from here. So yeah, this is my June TBR, and please let me know down below what you will be reading in June, or if you've read any of these books and you're interested in them, what your thoughts were. I would love to know. And I know another thing that's gonna distract me from my TBR though is all the new releases. There's so many new releases that I didn't pick up because I'm like, my TBR is already stacked. Like, let me read some stuff on my TBR before I go pick up new releases. I still don't have Can't Get Enough, which I really want to read. As I said, I was rereading Keeping 13 just because I wanted to like throw myself back into that world. And Biting 13 had too much like startup, if that makes sense. Like, I already know. Like, Biting 13 was a great introduction, but it was too much introduction. I kind of wanted to just be thrown back into the story and the world. So I started with Keeping 13, and I was rereading that. I've been reading it on my Kindle. It's so heartbreaking, and I'm so worried about the next book. That one's already out, Releasing 10, I think it's called. Interested in that too. I am so interested in Problematic Summer Romance by Ali Hazelwood. Ali Hazelwood is an interesting author for me because I really like the books that I've read by her, but her recent releases, and she's had a lot of them, she's been going with the new releases. For some reason, I just didn't really care. Like, Not in Love and Deep End, I don't know, I didn't really care to pick them up. like I'm slightly intrigued, but I'm like not enough to go pick it up, and I just didn't bother. But this is one that I'm actually interested in. I don't know, it just sounds fun. So that is definitely on my radar too, but not getting any of those. Oh, It's a Love Story by Annabelle Monaghan. That one, I actually saw it in the bookstore early. I saw it on the shelves May 25th, and it was meant to be released May 27th. So yeah, there's a lot of new releases that I will probably eventually pick up too, and that could get in the way of me finishing this TBR, but hopefully not. I'm gonna try to restrain myself. There's also Taylor Jenkins Reid's new release coming out in June, literally in a couple days, so I'm gonna be strong and focus on the books that I already have. Anyway, that's my TBR for June. As I said, please let me know what you're planning to read in June, what new release you're running to go pick up in June. And if you got to this point of the video, comment a bee emoji for Mad Honey. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked it, give it a like, subscribe for more, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!